Ahow, bonjour. My name is Tony, and I am the American Indian Family Empowerment Program Grants Coordinator. And I'd like to welcome you all to the American Indian Family Empowerment Program 101 informational session. Today we will cover the American Indian Family Empowerment Program, or also known as AIFEP. Hopefully we will answer all and any questions that you may have had about this grant program, and you will leave with a much better understanding of its history and how to successfully apply. As I said, I'm the grant manager for this program, and I will share my contact information with you at the end of the video, and you can feel free to email me at any time with any further questions, comments, or concerns you may have. Let's start off with an overview of what we'll be covering in today's informational session. We'll go over some history of our AIFEP program and of the Tiwahe Foundation. We will talk about our mission and our values. And then we will talk about our American Indian Family Empowerment Program grant. We'll talk about how to apply and some helpful tips that you might find useful when completing your application. I think it's appropriate to start with a little history. I'd like to share with you the origin of the American Indian Family Empowerment Program, how we got our start, and what we're doing today. The American Indian Family Empowerment Program has been investing into our community for the last 29 years. Originally, it operated as a donor-designated fund with monies from a collaborative of the Melbrook, Westcliff, and Grotto Foundations. In 2009, the American Indian Family Empowerment Program gave birth to a new identity, the Tiwahe Foundation, a foundation with its own board of directors. The American Indian Family Empowerment Program remains a part of its ongoing work and the cornerstone of what we do. In addition to the American Indian Family Empowerment Program, the Tiwahe Foundation launched the Oyate Leadership Network. The Oyate Leadership Network program deserves its own informational session, and we will bring that to you in the near future. Tiwahe and the American Indian Family Empowerment Program have a rich history, and there is so much more I could share with you. But in the spirit of time management, I think this would be a good time to move to our mission and core values. I hope you enjoyed this trip down Tiwahe's memory lane. I'm excited to share with you the core values of Tiwahe, as they're at the root of all that we do at the foundation. Tiwahe means family in Dakota, and it symbolizes how we are connected to all living things and one's personal responsibility to protect our family, our community, and Mother Nature. A friend of mine, James Vukolich, talks about the interconnectedness of generations and how the actions that we make today will be affected by the next 3 generations to come. The impact one will experience from receiving an AIFEP grant will impact their lives, their families' lives, and their communities' lives. The Tiwahe Foundation is located on Dakota and Ojibwe homelands, and we honor Dakota and Ojibwe core values. These values guide our directives and our commitment to our relatives. These values are intertwined to all that we do, and they are prayer, honesty, humility, truth, wisdom, love and compassion, respect, bravery and courage, and generosity. In the last 3 minutes, we've talked a lot about who we are and where we got our start from. I would like to transition in now to everything you might need to know to apply for one of our grants. As we transition away from our history, mission, and values, we will now start talking about the American Indian Family Empowerment Program. This brochure essentially has everything you need to know about our program, and we will explore its contents throughout the rest of this video. One of the best parts about my job is being able to get out in the community. I love to talk about Tiwahe and the American Indian Family Empowerment Program. It would be my pleasure to come to your workplace or group and share with your clients, colleagues, or community the things that we are talking about today in this video. If you would like me to drop off some of these brochures to your office, please just contact me and let me know, and I would be happy to swing by. You will also find me at conferences and powwows throughout the year. Please, if you see me at a table, come over and say hello. I would love to meet you in person. Let's start by breaking this brochure down a little bit. For the rest of this video, I will be referring to the American Indian Family Empowerment Program as AIFEP. What is an AIFEP grant and how could it help me, you may be asking yourself? Well, the AIFEP program is a grant-making project of the Tiwahe Foundation, which awards grants to individuals working to be of service to their community, connected to their culture, and to have their potential realized. Currently, we grant up to $2,500 a round, and we have 3 grant rounds a year, starting January 1st through February 14th, April 1st through May 15th, and October 1st through November 15th. Now that we know a little bit more about AIFEP and that it is an investment into the individual and in turn the community, how much we can apply for and when the grant rounds are open, I think it's a good time to talk about what does AIFEP fund. AIFEP supports individuals in the pursuit of professional, educational, or cultural opportunities. AIFEP grants are given in the areas of culture and language, economic independence, education, and health and wellness. We know that many of our grants encompass more than just one of these impact areas. Let's break that down a little bit more for you. AIFEP grants given under the Culture and Language banner are given in the spirit of language and cultural preservation and revitalization to help strengthen community kinship ties and relationships. AIFEP grants given under the Educational banner are in the spirit of closing the disparity gap and increasing access to education and occupational opportunities. Grants given under the Health and Wellness banner are given in the spirit of helping our community access resources so they may live a healthy physical and mental life with stability, strength, and resilience, including but not limited to access to traditional and modern medicines and best practices for healthy living. Grants given under the Economic Independence are given in the spirit of supporting our community with assistance in entrepreneurial needs, employment support, assisting individuals obtaining financial freedom, and securing stable housing. We can break this down even a little bit more for you. Under the banner of education, expenses related to college degrees, certificates, vocational trainings, GEDs, are all things that would fall under the educational banner. Some examples under the Economic Independence banner. In recent grant rounds, we've had several applications come in to assist individuals with career changes later in life. Requests for support obtaining proper attire for interviewing. Under our Cultural and Language banner, we've received and approved grants for individuals to spend time with elders that are continuing our traditional practices. In the spirit of being able to get those practices passed down to them and share them with the rest of the community. We've given grants to individuals that are innovative with coming up with ways to support our native languages. And under our Health and Wellness banner, expenses related to improving physical and mental health initiatives. We recently had a grantee use their grant goal to help them lose over 140 pounds. I hope you can see how AIFEP can really help with a broad band of needs and has the potential to greatly impact your lives and in turn our community as well. This part of the video is meant to give you a better understanding of what kinds of things you can apply an AIFEP grant towards. These were just some examples of what the initial intent of this grant was for and some past applications that we have received, but definitely not limited to. If you have an idea you would like to apply a grant for and are having some questions about does that fit an AIFEP grant, feel free to reach out to me with any questions you may have. Now we've looked on what AIFEP funds, let's look at some of the requirements to be able to be eligible for an AIFEP grant. There's 3 basic eligibility requirements for an AIFEP grant. The first requirement is that you have to be of 18 years of age, and adults cannot apply on behalf of a minor. Applicants must be Native American and be able to trace their tribal lineage to an individual enrolled in a federally or state recognized tribe. Applicants must reside in the 7-county area of the Twin Cities, which include Anoka, Carver, Dakota, Hennepin, Scott, Ramsey, and Washington counties. If you've been previously funded for an AIFEP grant, there is a final report requirement and an 18-month waiting list before you can reapply for a grant. These requirements are not set to put up barriers between you and the AIFEP funds. If you have any questions about any of these requirements, please feel free to contact me, and I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you. I feel like we've reached the point where we've covered everything that you need to know about an AIFEP grant to know if you want to apply or not. Now let's shift to how do you apply for American Indian Family Empowerment Program grant. When you feel you're ready to apply for one of our grants, just navigate to our website, tiwahefoundation.org. Our application process is fairly simple. Let's go through the grant application checklist to talk about everything you will need to know and do to apply for a grant. But once you get to the website and into the portal to apply, you will complete a brief application, providing your demographics, your name, phone number, email, etc. The next step of the checklist is to complete an essay. The next step of the process is really the meat and potatoes of the application process. Once you identify what you want to take a grant for, we call that your goal. And within a sentence or two, please clearly define what your goal for the AIFEP grant will be. In addition to identifying your goal, we ask that you complete an essay to support your goal. Your essay can be up to 3 pages. A little helpful hint that might help you develop your essay is to make a strong correlation on how the achievement of that goal will impact your life and in turn impact your family and impact our community. That is the recipe for a very strong application, a clear and defined goal, and explaining how that goal would affect your life and the impacts it would have on your family and your community. There's an itemized budget explaining how you plan to use the funds. We have a template in the portal, so you will just have to fill in the amounts needed in the spaces provided. We're asking for 2 letters of recommendation. If you have any questions about those letters of recommendation, please feel free to reach out to me. And there will be a place for you to upload proof of your tribal lineage. Now that we know what we'll need to apply, let's look at the online process real quick. Okay, this is the moment you've been waiting for. You have identified a goal that you would like the support of an American Indian Family Empowerment Program grant for, and the upcoming grant round is open. Once you navigate to our website, you're 3 easy clicks away from the application. We are trying to accept all of our AIFEP grants through our online portal. But if you do not have internet access, we do have ways to help you apply for a grant. You're more than welcome to come into our office and use our computers to apply for a grant. You can also email me to see if sending you a paper application would be the best avenue to get you to apply. But for all intents and purposes, let's go over the online process. Once you make it to our website, click the link that says Grants for American Indians, and that will take you to our AIFEP page. Click the link that says Application Deadlines. Just to clarify any confusion, I do see that there is an error on this slide. The second grant round, the spring grant round, is open from April 1st to May 15th. Once you click on Application Deadlines, that'll bring you to our portal. This is the first video in a series of AIFEP informational videos that I intend to do for you. The next video that we will be putting out will navigate through the AIFEP portal and how to apply. And we will go through each section on the portal section by section. You can expect for that video to come out sometime before October, the fall grant round. Once you get to our Tiwahe Foundation grants page, you will click the Open Grant Round. Because I'm making this video before the spring grant round is open, we're not able to see that grant round. But on April 1st, you will see a grant labeled 2022 Spring AIFEP, April 1st through May 15th, 2022. And that is the application you want to press. That will bring you to this page, and then you will want to sign in or create an account, and that will take you to the portal for you to fill the application, the grant goal, the essay, and upload your supporting documents. Once you've navigated to the website and made your way to the portal and either have logged in or created an account, you will then navigate the portal and complete the required documents we had talked about earlier in this video to apply for the grant. We'll briefly go over those documents now. But I remind you, in the next video to this series, we will actually log into the portal and go through the portal step by step. You'll first fill out the application, providing Tiwahe with your demographics. You can see on the 3rd page, we ask for your current household size, the age of the household members, and your current level of income. That information has nothing to do with your access to funds. All that information is used in the evaluation of the program. Once you fill out the information in the application, you will be asked to identify your goal and complete the essay. We had talked about this a little earlier in the video as well, but as a reminder, to identify a main impact area, more than one may apply, what benchmarks you will set for completing that goal, what lessons do you hope to learn from your activities, what community resources and other support systems will help you reach your goal? And what ripple effect do you see your goal having on both you personally and in your community? You can also describe how you will pass on the Tiwahe Foundation's 4 values of family, respect, trust, and generosity throughout your grant goal. Once you've completed the application part, you filled in your goal and your essay, we have a budget template for you to complete.
We have provided a host of different items that you may need support with for your grant goal and the opportunity for you to insert an item we may have missed. All you need to do is insert an amount requested per item with a brief description. It should tally it all up at the end for you automatically. We also request 2 letters of recommendation. These letters are very important to us and carry significant weight within the scoring process. These letters should be used as an opportunity to give us a greater insight into your request and demonstrate the support that your project has from the community. In addition, an opportunity for us to learn a little bit more about you as a person as well. We thoroughly examine all applications, and because of our tight turnaround time from when the grant round closes to when we award grants, we ask that you keep the letters to 1 page per letter of reference. We have provided a reference guide on how to obtain a letter of reference. If you have any further questions about the letter of reference or the budget, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to have a conversation with you. There is a place on the application to upload your proof of tribal affiliation. Once you've completed your application, I will be in contact with you throughout the rest of the journey to communicate with you where your application is in the process. And at any time, you should feel free to contact me with any questions you may have. We have covered a lot in this video today. We have gone through the process of what is an AIFEP grant, what you will need to know to apply, how to apply. And now we would like to talk about after you receive your grant. What does it mean to be a part of the Tiwahe family? Once you receive your grant and the funds are released, grantees are asked to attend a grantee honoring about 6 months after you receive your grant. We ask that you complete a final report, which will be a summarization of how your grant goal played out and what successes and challenges you experienced. We will have an additional stipend randomly awarded to 3 grantees per round that submit their final report. We ask that your connection to Tiwahe doesn't end when you receive your funds, but in contrast, it is the beginning of our relationship. We ask that you will be an ambassador for our foundation, and we would love to stay connected with you and share your story with our community. I hope you have enjoyed this how-to and informational session on Tiwahe's American Indian Family Empowerment Program grant. The next video in this series should be out sometime in September. It's still easy to keep connected to Tiwahe through our social media and website. Please check us out on the various social media sites and like us and or follow us to keep connected to Tiwahe. In addition to this series and our social media, our executive director, Nikki Paradas, does a Kapi with Nikki, that's Coffee with Nikki, live Facebook streaming to give updates on Tiwahe as well. Her last copy with Nikki was February 24th. Keep an eye out for her next copy with Nikki to stay informed. Please, if you do have any questions or need any other assistance, please feel free to send me an email at tony@tiwahefoundation.org. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed my time here at Tiwahe since October and look forward to working with many of you in the future. Miigwech, Indikid. I say thank you. Mi you, Mbama. That's all I got, and we'll talk to you later.